Welcome back to Are You Serious? I'm one of your hosts, Isaac Abrams. Today we also have co-hosts Nick Piatt and Alex Sivers. This episode starts when I'm in the bathroom, and then it changes a little bit, but it's a good one. Stick around, watch the whole thing. Sivers has to pee. Enjoy it. Bye.
This show's a piece of shit.
Is he gone yet?
No, he's not gone, but forgotten.
Not gone, but still forgotten.
Still here, already forgotten.
God, what a hero. He's a real American hero.
What a hero he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I went to Laguna Beach for the first time yesterday.
Ooh, okay.
Maria had not been down there. I realized when we were talking about that I hadn't actually ever been there. I just knew enough about it to like talk about it.
Laguna Beach is really nice.
It is really nice. We got down there and it felt like we were in another country or something.
I know. It's really beautiful.
And
it's
then,
like Italy down there.
Actually, what's crazy is we heard a bunch of different families speaking Italian while we were there.
Really?
There were a bunch of people on vacation.
And they were from the Inland Empire. they were from fucking Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah. They all live in Riverside. They're there for the Saturday. Or whatever,
it's a big Italian contingent in Highland, California.
So, yeah, but it was super nice. Went down to the beach, hung out there for a little while, ate at some restaurant up in the little Main Street area there in the, I guess, whatever they call it, Laguna Canyon.
Yep. Beautiful area.
There's like even a free trolley that goes around that area and stuff. It's super nice.
You know what that makes me think of? How expensive it is to be poor and how cheap it is to be rich. Like free trolley is just like the tip of the iceberg, but like,
oh, I see what you're saying. Because there is no poor community that has a free bus.
Yeah, no, right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you have the free trolley.
That's all it is. It's a bus that looks like it's a fancy bus that looks like a trolley.
Yes, you get a free trolley so that you can take it to the restaurant where you can use all your Amex points to buy $1,000 dinner.
Yep.
Whereas if you're broke, you got to find money for the bus, and then you got to pay $12 for McDonald's to give you horrible bowel cancer. And then you got to pay for that shit too.
Let's talk about that for a second. McDonald's really is like over $10 for a combo now.
Yeah,
it's
really
crazy how expensive that's gotten. Because everyone still thinks they're the value menu, dollar menu. Because there was a fast food battle for about the last 10 years. There's been this fast food battle where everyone had a really good dollar menu. And it was legitimately very cheap to eat.
Shit don't exist anymore.
McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, all of that, right? Mm-hmm. Wendy's $4 bag is $6 in Culver City now. They literally just keep putting a new sticker over it that's like $5, $6.
Yeah.
Like, they just keep adding $1 every once in a while.
You know, Taco Bell is still relatively cheap for what you get.
Taco Bell is the greatest of all the fast foods.
I will argue zero about that. It is so good.
Right now, they even have a volcano taco available. They brought that back.
Is that just really spicy?
Oh, dude, there's lava sauce. You don't know about this?
No. I always get...
It's the greatest fast food item of all time.
Look,
it's the greatest fast food item that's ever been made. Better than anything McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's has ever made.
Is it better than a Crunchwrap Supreme and a quesarito covered in fire sauce?
Yes.
Because those two things and the chicken quesadilla and the steak quesadilla.
The lava sauce and the shell in the volcano taco make it. That is the thing that is different.
Guess where I'm going to stop on my way home tonight?
Taco Bell.
100%.
For sure. So that volcano taco, I'm not kidding. It's like, do you like spicy mayo when you're eating sushi or something? It's got the best version of that ever on it. Lava sauce at Taco Bell. You can even buy the lava sauce in little containers.
Oh. Okay, volcano taco. I'm still gonna get a
dude. Get one of the grilled cheese tacos that's current right now too.
Oh, I have not had one of those either.
Yeah, so there's like this. They grill cheese onto the shell, and then they put like birria into it, and then they give you the sauce to dip it in and everything.
I mean, you can't beat Taco Bell. You really can't. I mean, the point of fast food is really entertainment food, right?
They have always had the best marketing, the best like aesthetic.
Yes.
It's cool looking. It's cool. It's a fun vibe.
It is.
Their marketing team is by far better than all the other fast food spots.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they don't have a mascot. You're the mascot. You're the person living more.
They come up. You live Moss. They come up with so many good slogans like Live Moss, the Yo Quiero Taco Bell thing,
Fifth meal.
Fourth meal.
For me, it's fifth meal.
Right, but they came up with a whole meal. They're like, think about that. That's crazy. They came up with the concept of like, let's just add a meal to the day.
Sivers, why didn't you put Nick in your Taco Bell documentary?
We talked about it.
He tried.
Yeah, I tried.
He tried.
Yeah.
Basically, some production manager or something screwed that up and called me or texted me as if like they wanted me to be a PA on it. I didn't understand, and I was like, I don't even live there right now.
I live 2,800 miles from there.
Sorry, can't do that. And
Can you work as a local?
And then like you called me the day before it. And you were like, hey, did they not contact you? I was like, no, they did, but unfortunately, like I think they thought I was going to be working on it. They were like, they didn't communicate very well, is what it came down to.
Don't you have a Live Moss tattoo?
No, but I've
thought about it.
I've always wanted to get Live Moss tattooed.
What's it going to take?
It would just take some time. That's it.
That's all it's going to take.
I want it. I have the money. I have the money right now to do it. I just haven't done it. I just need like a day to go.
We have to film that, and we also have to act like you lost a bet in the filming of it.
I've won a bet. There is a guy walking around named Larry Dempsey who has, and we can pop up a picture of it, a tattoo on the bottom of his foot with Nick and the Guitar Center logo. Because I beat him in sales for a month one time. Like we bet as to who could win a sales battle. He lost, and he had to get my name with the Guitar Center logo tattooed on the bottom of his foot. And he couldn't walk on it because it hurt so bad, which means it healed properly, and it's still there. This was in 2004, I think.
Wow!
But doesn't the bottom of your foot replenish skin faster than anywhere else on your body?
Turns out this thing is still there. Like it's been 20
They
years.
went deep on this ink. They went all the way.
I mean, I don't know what the deal is. The guy even said, he was like, yeah, it'll probably rub off when you walk on it.
Yeah.
They said the same thing about my inside of my lip tattoo, and that's still there.
Let's see it. Show the people. What does it say?
Those are X's.
Oh.
Nice. I bowled a turkey.
Two X's.
Oh, we got some changes happening.
You bowled a turkey?
I bowled a turkey.
Uh-huh.
There's 3 X's. That's what I tell people because the truth is I'm just really, really into Vin Diesel.
Oh, yeah. Who isn't?
Yeah.
You're so into him, you got 2 X's instead of 3?
No, I was straight edge.
And that's why I got it on the inside of my lips so that I could choose to show it.
Pour alcohol all over that tattoo.
You guys have got to stop fucking with your microphone.
You rub cocaine all over it.
It's all just.
I don't think I just touched it just now.
Both of you.
I'm doing it a lot.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
That sounds like shit.
Whale sounds. Oh, Isaac, it's so funny that you sit in that chair and all of a sudden the camera turns around to a not insane place. Oh, no way, really?
What?
Wait, you can't. Wait. Nick and I had no problem engaging in the discussion with the wall, you psycho.
I don't feel good. I'm sunburned.
Yeah, it's obvious you don't feel good. It's clear that you have sun poisoning and something has gone to your head. Like
via the back of your neck.
Something is hitting you.
And that something is the feeling of sun poisoning.
Yeah, that something is DMT.
Straight through your neck.
I don't know. I think that's only for a certain period of time. You're very sunburned. You're so sunburned that like blood is no longer finding its way to that layer of skin.
Most people don't look that burnt the day of the sunburn.
Oh yeah, tomorrow you're gonna look like a goddamn monster. Yeah, it's gonna be greetings from Maine tomorrow. You're gonna be a full lobster man. It was the lobster man.
You're gonna wake up feeling hungover and not realizing that.
I'm going to wake up hungover because I'm going to go get real drunk after this.
Oh.
That's good after a nice day of sun. Stop fucking with your microphone.
Oh, how about this?
Okay.
When okay, for those of you at home, wow, that's bad. That's so
Oh my
bad.
god.
For
That's heinous.
like
I can't even tell what's worse. I think I can't even tell what's worse. Being that pasty white or being that heinously burned.
oh, I'm gonna color this and make myself
Oh my
look tan.
god, that hurts so bad.
Wait. Okay, worst sunburn story of all time. Nick, you're first.
Oh, when I first moved to LA, I didn't believe in sunscreen yet. I got burned so bad and was peeling all over the store that I was running. So like there was like skin all over the carpet and stuff. It was bad. Like,
Did you burn? Did shirt off burn? Or
oh
is it-
yeah, it was like from the top, fucking like it was from my forehead to my waist and all of my legs, and there was skin just peeling everywhere.
beach burn, pool burn. What'd you do?
It was the beach, yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't realize like that showers made it worse because of the itching. So I just kept taking showers thinking that'll help because it helps temporarily.
Hot or cold?
Hot showers make it, or any showers really, because what you're doing is getting it wet and like rehydrating.
Say it slower. Get it wet.
So wet for you.
Cyrus, what's your sunburn story?
You know what? I do have a sunburn story, but it's not that. It's just I got a fucking sunburn. The burn story I want to tell is I tried to light a fart when I was 9 years old,
Oh no!
and it goes back into your asshole.
Whoa! You burned the A case
I
tube?
burned the shit out of my butthole.
What?
Do not try to light a
Wait.
fart.
Wow! Are we talking outer rim or are we talking up inside?
I mean, probably a little bit up inside, but definitely my leather Cheerio was a little bit darker that day, and I had to like put an ice cube betwixt my butt cheeks for hours. I was like swapping out ice cubes. My and one shorts were just soaked in ice water,
And brown.
and probably a little brown, probably a little poopy too.
Did you put ice cubes like
I didn't.
where the sun don't shine?
That must have been terrible the first time you
It
had to actually
sucked. Well,
go.
you know what was worse was the jubilation of thinking you're gonna light a fart. Had a big old fart on deck, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna light this on fire!" And I lit a match. I remember I was in my grandparents' TV room. Remember, there used to be TV rooms. There was like a living room, and then there's also a TV room.
Right.
And so I was in their little TV room, and just threw my legs up, and match. And immediately I was like, it burned the shit out of my asshole. And I was like, that was a fucking bad idea. So don't ever do it.
Were you alone doing this?
I can't remember. My brother might have been there. He might have been there.
9 years old. You're burning your butt on your own.
9 years old, like just imagine 9-year-old shirtless me in blue, navy blue and silver and one shorts.
I know those shorts. I know
Probably
what you're talking about.
had my Tevas on,
Tevas.
just scorching my asshole. like it's Danang.
What lighter did you use, or was it matches?
It was matches, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep.
Did it light? I mean, it had to light.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, but I couldn't even enjoy the hilarity of the moment because immediately I was like, mistake. Because my asshole was on fucking fire.
What's that movie Backdraft? So basically, like flashed out and then it flashed
That's right.
back in.
That's right. You can't open your butthole door because the fire will just take you over.
Butthole door's the second funniest thing anybody said today.
What's the first?
I don't remember, but I said it.
The funniest thing that happened today was you showing the camera your neckline right now.
Oh God, it's so bad. Holy shit.
That was a burn from today.
It looks like you're wearing a red mask. It looks like you're wearing one of those masks that lays down over your neck of your own face.
You just peel it back.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 7.
Exactly. Oh my God. That scene in Mission Impossible is so good.
Did you ever buy it when like they open the case up and like they put the picture in and then like the 3D scrambler just builds it out?
Like buy it? Did I like
when you're watching the movie, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, or you're like, cool.
I mean, I am pretty good at suspending my disbelief for films. Like where I'm kind of in it as much as I know that that's bullshit.
Yeah,
And it's
I try to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I go out of my way to not watch previews and
yeah.
like all the way through. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, that looks cool enough. Like cut it
I
off.
mean, for me, films are an experience. I get really engrossed in them. I let a lot of things go that I would normally not let go in real life, where I'd just be like, that's bullshit. I accept everything for the sake of the experience, and I really love films for that reason. They just you're on a ride.
Are you a movie theater guy or a film at home guy?
I honestly can have a great experience in either, but it's easier for me to have a great experience in a movie theater.
What
just
about you,
'cause of
Nick?
distractions.
Yeah, I like the theater.
Okay, I hate the theater because I think people are on their phones too much and people talk and they get up and pee and whatever. I prefer to watch a film at home if I want to watch the whole thing. But then I'm on my phone at home when there's a slow part. I will not get on my phone.
One
at
of
the
the
theater.
things, one of the things I like about the theater is that it keeps me in check with my phone. Because if I take my phone out, I know I'm pissing someone else off.
Yeah, smart. Dine-in movie theaters where they like give you the food experience. Yes or no?
Not for a movie that actually is meaningful that
Yeah.
you want to get into.
That's
Because
like
it's just
a
constant distractions.
That's perfect for a comedy you've already seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why
like
would
if
you
you're
go
gonna-
to a theater to see a movie you already saw?
Well, you do that all the time, like the
For
older,
dinner.
or like they have Young Frankenstein playing. They have like all of whatever someone's movies playing that night.
Yeah.
You've seen all of them already before.
The
but
last
it's-
time I did that was for a horror movie like festival. So they had a whole bunch of shorts playing, like 10 and 15-minute horror films, and you're drinking and eating or whatever during it, and I mean, the one downtown, I can't even think of the name of it. You guys probably know.
Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, that's a great
place.
situation. You can like call the waiter to have him come and like grab another drink or whatever. It's a great scenario.
Okay, you just mentioned horror films. What do you guys think is the scariest movie of all time? And not for like everybody agrees with me, but like your personal scariest movie, like you remember being scared of shit.
I mean, the movie that has scared me the most in my life, but it probably had a lot to do with seeing it when I was 9 or 10 at a sleepover, is It, the original It.
Really?
I saw that when I was 9 or 10 at a sleepover, and it fucking haunted me for years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrifying.
I had a really hard time. I saw The Ring in theaters when it came out.
Dude, The Ring fucked me up because I had a TV in my. This is when I started living on my own, like 19, 20 years old, and my TV would just come on by itself with static, like all the fucking time, like right when The Ring came out.
Yeah, one of the best pranks anyone's ever played on me was my roommate at the time. He and I went and saw that. This was like, I think it was, I want to say 2002. We got home and I walked into my bedroom and like set my things down or whatever. We had a 2-bed, 2-bath place. I come back to the living room. I cut the TV on and it's, and I freaked out. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And he just came out laughing so hard. When I had gone to my room, he went and pulled the cable out the back. And so like he knew when I cut the TV on, it was going to static. It was
That's a fun
perfect.
friend.
Yeah,
That's
it was
a fun
perfect.
friend.
Shout out Will Davis.
That's pretty great when people go out of their way to give you an experience. It's a pretty special
Even if
thing.
it's a like traumatic one.
Yeah. I mean, it shows that people care,
Yeah.
even if it's traumatic.
He knew it would be a great time
Yeah.
for the two of us.
I was so terrified of the Freddy Krueger movies. Just the previews would scare me so much that I would have terrible nightmares about them.
Okay.
I didn't, Freddy, I saw Jason probably too when I was like 8 or 9. Didn't scare me.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's a
fuck
guy
me
in a
up.
paint suit walking around slowly. Now, I would occasionally...
That's Michael Myers. That's Halloween.
Yeah,
But
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Who's Jason?
he had a hockey mask.
Oh, yeah, that's not scary. But those movies would give me, like... tell me if you guys have had this dream, where there is a guy coming to get you, but he can only walk. So you get on a flight, whatever, but he has to walk
I have
across
the opposite
country.
dream. I have the opposite. I have the dream where like only I can walk and everyone else is moving fast, or you're like getting in a fight and like you're in quicksand and they're moving so fast. You're just like, ugh.
I feel like that happens to you when you're sleeping on your stomach, because then you're trying to move
I'm
your
a stomach
arms.
sleeper.
Yeah.
I'm a big stomach
I've definitely had fights where like someone's punching me and I
Right.
can't move my arms.
Interesting.
Craziest nightmare you've ever had? Do you have reoccurring dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have them every night. But like the same one.
I have a very short, like, I think your brain purposely doesn't, or at least in my experience for me, my brain does not allow me to recall dreams. I have like this fleet, it's just like a whisper where I'm like, oh, I was just in Kazakhstan fucking fighting in I lost it. and I'll never remember it again. It'll be like the most rich dream of all time. I'll live 11 lifetimes, and then I've got like a 5-minute window where I can grab onto it as I'm waking up. But the moment that I'm like truly conscious, I'm like, where was I again? Kansas? Kansas Stan? Never mind. I gotta go pee.
I had a crazy dream this morning. So I fell asleep on the couch last night. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I go to bed. And I had to get up at 7. So that 2 hour, like, it was just all lucid dreaming from 5 to 7. And I dreamed that I was, like, sitting in a park somewhere with multiple other people. Like, picture the last episode of The Righteous Gemstones. You and your whole family sitting under a tree, right? And multiple lions and tigers or pumas or something started prowling towards us. Like, they're going to fucking eat us. And then right at the last second, they all just pounce on something else and eat that, and then they leave. I didn't describe that well, but that's.
Were you the only one in the family that noticed their presence?
I felt like they were locked in on me. Like they were all like coming towards me.
And your whole family was around you?
Also weird that I got this cut from my neighbor's cat last night, and then I dreamed about large felines last night.
I don't think that's weird. I think that's exactly why you dreamed about that.
But you don't think that's weird? You think you got some like?
I think that makes sense.
Cat membranes.
Nick is so bought into the simulation, he doesn't even think it's weird anymore. He's just like, yeah, of course you dream about shit that is about to happen.
No, you dream about shit that already happened.
But didn't that happen
No,
today?
the cat
happened last night.
The cat scratched him.
Oh, the cat scratching. Then
and
you had
then
a dream
immediately
about it.
he went home and dreamed
I
it.
agree. Yeah, it's not weird. That's just totally obvious. Yeah. No, you're right.
No
Nick's
subtext
right.
at all.
Yeah, no,
it's
Nick's
just,
right.
It's just out there.
Nick's right.
Okay. Do you remember your first wet dream?
I don't think I've ever had one.
Shut up. That means you jerk off too much.
Or just enough.
Yeah, I don't remember the dream. I remember when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was a teenager, but yeah.
I had the weirdest. Okay.
Wait, you're still a teenager?
The first, I don't know if it was the first one, but the only one that I remember from my teenage years was, for some reason, I was having sex with a rather large lady. Mm-hmm. And then she...
Wait. When you say for some reason, you mean 98% of your sexual encounters since you've been alive?
Yeah, but this is long before I started having
You
sex.
mean for the reason that you're very into the larger women?
I'm not into large women. Large women are into me. I think life is all about your options.
Oh, that's true. You're only as faithful as your options.
You're only as good as your
say.
last hit.
I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Last
regarding
movie, whatever. It doesn't matter.
baseball or
Never heard that before.
Anyway, the interesting part to me is that she slowly transformed into Batman. And I was on top of Batman, and then the wave of explosion happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. In your dream.
In my dream,
you were having sex with a larger
Batman,
woman.
with Batman.
yes.
That you then realized was Batman.
Yes.
And then you went, oh, now it's even better.
Wait, hold
I'll
on.
finish now.
Michael Keaton Batman or Val Kilmer Batman
this would
or
have been-
Adam West Batman?
What year would this have been?
It was a nondescript Batman, like had a full mask on.
Right,
Well-
but let's clarify. What year was
Oh, it
it?
had to be between 91 and 93.
So it
So it was
was
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
It was Michael Keaton. So when
you definitely came on Michael
So when you fucked Michael Keaton, was it? Yeah, this was like a little bit before Multiplicity, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you later have like a Michael Keaton orgy in one
I'm
of your
a
dreams?
big
with Multiplicity?
fan. No.
Michael Keaton.
You watched Birdman?
I did watch Birdman, but that did not make me
But you watched it alone.
involuntarily ejaculate.
No,
but voluntarily afterwards.
I mean, clearly, but we're talking about...
voluntarily during it, but not involuntarily the evening of.
We're talking about involuntary nocturnal emissions here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a really good phrase.
Involuntary nocturnal emissions?
Yeah.
That's what doctors
You
call
know
it.
what's funny? Like when the sun goes down and you turn on your faucet, it's technically nocturnally emitting.
Let's sit in that for a second.
Let's
just sit in
Let's
it.
just sit here.
What do you think, Nick? Funny?
You know, flashlights spend their whole life nocturnally emitting. The only time you ever bring them out to emit is nocturnally.
You can go in the basement
And
during the day and need a flashlight.
Yeah, and
Ooh,
they're
that's
not
true.
doing it voluntarily. We're the ones flipping them on.
Or if you need to look in your car or your engine or anywhere dark.
Yeah, but who's flipping you on when you're sleeping? The flashlight. That's what's happening.
What? That
you
doesn't
go to
make any
sleep.
sense.
When you go away, the flashlights will play. You go to sleep, the flashlight is the one that's
No more
instituting
beer
your-
for you, dude.
I'm sorry, fleshlight. That's what I meant to say.
Oh. Yeah, and then you ride it like your little honey wagon or whatever.
I'm so glad you don't remember the name of it. That's great.
I can't even Google it later.
That's good. It's actually better that way.
Yeah. Now, but see, the Google is going to be worse. It's like thing dudes ride.
Okay, best Batman. Well, let's start with worst Batman. Worst Batman ever.
Clearly the first one.
It's
Ben Affleck.
Adam West.
I think George Clooney's worse than Ben Affleck.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe best Batman, Christian Bale for me.
Yeah? I mean, I can't really count Adam West. He is great, but it's such a different thing.
It is. I don't think he's in the conversation.
I don't think like generationally that's tough. That's the weird argument about like old basketball players versus current basketball players or something like that. Like it's not the same argument.
Yeah, Keaton to Bale.
Right.
Worst Batman.
Starting with Keaton.
Finishing
with whoever the most recent was. No, the most recent was
The kid from Twilight.
Taylor Lautner. Taylor
No. Viggo Mortensen.
Nope.
No.
It's just a funny name.
I don't want to Google it.
No, it is Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson.
Paddington Bear.
Pattinson or Pattinson?
Pattinson.
It's Inson?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
We're gonna never get those.
Okay, so
15 seconds back.
Pattinson.
I think he did an okay job.
Yeah.
I
like that movie.
I think the writing is terrible in that movie.
Well,
personally,
that's fair.
Terrible,
and it's a little too long.
And I think it's such a shame.
Yeah, it wasn't into the plot, but the movie itself, like he was good, and
he's great.
Acting was great.
He's top 5.
Actual like
Zoe Kravitz. What are we doing? So hot.
Oh yeah, hot. Yes.
Yeah,
crazy hot.
Yeah,
crazy hot.
Big fan.
Yeah, I mean that said, Tandy Newton's her mom. I think right.
Sure.
I think it's Lenny Kravitz and Tandy Newton.
Yeah.
Had Zoe Kravitz. Tandy Newton, hotter.
Wait. That's the lady. Where is she from? Hold on. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the guy who married Aquaman, or the girl who married Aquaman from Cosby. She's considerably older than him, but he had a big crush on her before he became famous.
Yeah, what is her name? She's very hot.
Jason Momoa's wife?
Jason Momoa's wife was the older sister on the Cosby Show.
Also, she was so hot back then. Like the sweaters she would wear in the Cosby Show.
I don't remember.
They made sweaters hot to me. Like she would wear sweaters like kind of like jogged on her shoulder and shit. Yeah. Oh my god.
She was in a movie with Will Smith too, where she played like some lady that was like, never mind.
Dying.
I don't
know.
We're just guessing at verbs.
Well, no, like
what are things people could do? Running, dying.
Is she not the one in 7 seconds?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, possibly. But
what the fuck is her name? What is her name? I can't grasp it.
I don't even know her Cosby name. We're not going to think of it.
Oh, who was 7 Seconds? Might have been Kerry Washington.
7 Seconds was a bull riding movie.
No.
That's 8 seconds.
It's 30 seconds to Mars.
Still
7 Seconds cast. No. Claire Hope.
No.
Ashity? Regina King? No.
What are we looking up? The name of what's her name?
Jason Momoa's
Oh, this
wife.
is not the movie. This is some other thing. 7 Seconds cast.
Mars.
Will Smith.
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet. Oh God, she is hot. So
man,
hot.
Just a stunner. Just a stunner.
Aged really well too. I mean, in the late
hasn't.
80s, 90s, she looks great.
She hasn't aged at all.
Oh, I got you. I see. I mean, she definitely looks different than she did in the late 80s, early 90s, but still just oppressively hot.
Classically beautiful. Okay, how about this?
Hot.
Lisa Bonet versus Halle Berry.
Lisa Bonet, for sure.
Really? Lisa Bonet hotter than Halle Berry?
Yeah, because I don't know what it is. I don't know why. For whatever reason, my impression of Halle Berry is very not down to earth and just very unapproachable and inaccessible.
I have a first-hand account, or second-hand account is the right way to say it.
Of Halle Berry?
A friend of mine was close to Halle Berry because when she was married to David Justice, he was related to David Justice.
Okay.
And she was an absolute dramatic mess and was not authentic or sincere. Like
I get that feeling.
What you were just saying is I have heard verified by someone who actually knew her and like interacted with her quite a bit.
I get that feeling. I think that, I mean, people say all the time that Hollywood is like a fucked up place. and a rigged game and it's full of terrible people. And it probably is.
And here we are.
But
we seem to, as a community, call out the shitty people, and everyone knows it. Like
Halle Berry
we all knew about Ellen.
Oh, yeah.
Before Ellen.
We all knew about Michael Jackson. We all knew about...
Michael Jackson didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, come on.
That actually is a good point.
Wow, we're going to go back to that.
I mean, it's funny, like with someone like Halle Berry, for instance. And look, Halle Berry, if you're a really nice person, I'm sorry. But
Are you saying Holly?
Halle?
Hallie.
Halle?
It's Halle.
Holly?
Halle.
Halle? Holly?
What's the computer?
Halle.
What's the computer?
Halle?
What's the hacker movie with Hugh Jackman in it? Where they pick
Swordfish.
Yes.
Where they have the TVR painted in that crazy DuPont paint.
Yeah. Where when they go to hire him, she like starts blowing him. Like, you got 1 minute.
That's right. And also, it's hilarious that Hugh Jackman, who's back then he had the biggest Ackman of all time.
Yeah, it was huge.
And and to believe that someone that looks like Hugh Jackman, who looks like he's like a retired like university rugby
dentist.
player. Yeah. And to think that the dental hygienist Hugh Jackman of the time was a computer genius was the most hilarious thing in the entire world. Like if you watch him in that movie, you're like, this is absolute insanity. You might as well put a cat in front of that and be like, crack the code. And it's like, like he is the most unbelievable computer hacker of all time.
But that movie came out right after his first appearance as in the X-Men. So they were just like, let's make a big budget movie.
Are you sure?
I would bet a nickel.
I thought Swordfish was before that.
He was the lead. He was the lead in the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, shit.
The Englishman who went up a hill and came down a mountain.
That's the title?
Yeah, that's the title of the movie. It is so bad. It's literally about an Englishman who went up a hill and came down a mountain. And that is the whole story. It's like really lame, like small town English countryside story.
That sounds horrible.
It's really bad.
It sounds like a Colin Farrell movie.
Because
he's making a ton of bad
I forget
shit
who I was watching it with. I was watching with a group of people, and some of them got up in the middle of it and were like, I can't do this anymore.
The title didn't give it away?
Well, that's the problem. The title literally gave it all away. Like, we knew what was happening based on the title of the movie.
Just the movie poster. And it showed the guy, too.
Yeah.
And it told you everything he was going to do for the next 90 minutes.
Yeah.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
I'll need to take a minute with that.
Okay, how about this? While we're thinking of it, what's the worst series of movies?
Musicals. Oh, sorry.
I mean, like a
genres.
trilogy that they've made many of.
I haven't seen the worst versions of I haven't seen the worst trilogy ever. Because I've definitely skipped some whole chunks of movies like that.
I think the third Godfather is fucking horrible.
I don't know if they made 3 Bring It Ons, but I'll vote for that.
Okay. Bring It On.
I actually have never seen
No,
They're
I don't
actually
think they did
they're
3.
pretty great.
Are they?
Yeah.
I loved the first one.
And they made
Really?
like 400 of
It's
them.
a great first movie.
Is it really?
That's how Gabrielle Union became famous.
Yeah. Well, wasn't she already an MTV VJ?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I feel like
I feel she might have been in Clueless
That
first.
was nope.
There was a whole series of movies in the...
no, she was not in Clueless.
Clueless was what's her name? I can't even think of her name now. But that's
She's
different.
crazy hot too.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Crazy hot. Like if I was going to take someone in that Clueless Jeep off into the sunset, I would take Ty. For sure.
Really?
For sure.
Okay.
No question. Alicia Silverstone, other than the Aerosmith Crazy music video.
Forget it.
Holy shit.
Forget it.
Holy shit. That was a perfect test to see if you were just a hornball.
Stacey
Right.
Dash is who you were thinking of.
Stacey Dash. Yes. Gorgeous. God, she's hot.
Yeah, dude, that...
Brittany Murphy was in that.
Brittany Murphy was my...
No.
Back in the day...
Couldn't pay me. Nope.
Well, okay.
Not into it.
Hottest girl in the 90s movies. From 95 to 2000, hottest girl in the movies.
Hottest?
I mean, for me, it's Pamela Anderson.
Jennifer Aniston? Maybe.
Man, who was I the
She
most
wasn't bad.
into?
When Jennifer Aniston was in that roommate movie with the big tall fella, where they were like
The Breakup.
The breakup, and she walked. I mean, it was a body double, but she walked down the hallway and they show her butt.
That was not a body double.
Seriously?
There are yeah.
Wait, in what
she ended
movie?
up having
The
to
Breakup.
she ended up having to sue that production company later on because whoever had access to those clips ended up putting the front version of that on the internet.
Oh.
She's naked on the internet because of that.
What?
That one scene, her walking down that hallway, she's topless on the internet because of that.
Why wouldn't she have a robe or
pasties
towel
and-
for resets?
Yeah.
It wasn't in the middle of the reset. Her walking down the hall in the scene.
Because
Because
you see
they-
her back.
she's
It's an
walking away
over.
from
No,
camera.
no, they show her front, but they cut it off.
Oh. But
She
wait,
was topless in that scene.
Well, that's her bad call
Yeah,
because
she
you should be
should've
wearing pasties
pasties.
and you should be wearing.
she didn't do that, and then
That's her fucking fault.
whoever had access to those clips.
Or are we being those patriarchy dudes that are
Yes.
blaming the woman right now?
Well, I mean, but
somebody,
also you
somebody
have to-
broke the law to put those.
well,
on the internet.
but you're also like there's 60 people in the room, at least
for that
20.
shit.
in that
maybe 20.
I cleared the room
in
for
that
that stuff.
hallway, in that scenario with a huge star, there was
12?
the DP and the assistant.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it because you wouldn't clear. I mean, if she was willing to do it, it's just there's no reason not to cover yourself. There's honestly she's cut off from the front, from the neck up. There's no reason to not wear a tube top and shorts during.
Well,
that
they
scene.
also shot it from the back, and
when she turned around, and there's a cut in between the two.
Well, no, I mean they should have shot it separately. Like she walked down the hallway topless
But you don't ever see her
from
from
the
front.
back.
Yes.
And she also, unfortunately,
But you can't shoot them both at the same time.
right.
You can't
but
shoot. The
she
front and back.
apparently went, okay, do it again, and I'll just.
That I mean,
So
again,
it was during the reset. It was the
There's-
unedited footage.
obviously
Ended
the
up on
guy that released that is in the wrong. But also, she made a very foolish mistake in that of just
And it could-
allowing that footage to
Yeah.
to exist
Yeah.
is a mistake.
Right.
You know, I mean, he shouldn't
it-
have done what he did, or she, or whoever leaked it.
Well, and
but-
also now they're way more commonly have
intimacy coordinators.
intimacy coordinators
Yeah.
that are actually handling things like that. That go, hey, why don't we make sure you're covered when you don't need to be?
here's the thing: her agent's there. Why the fuck didn't her agent protect her in that situation? They're taking fucking 15-20% of everything.
Your
and
agent's
they're
not
just,
there every day.
I mean, for Jennifer Aniston, every day she's on set, you're
And if-
making six figures.
And
as
if
her
it's
agent.
not every day, then that would have been a day to be there.
Yeah, for
true.
fuck's
Like
sake.
they knew what
true.
they were shooting that day.
So, you know what? I take it back. It's not Jennifer Aniston's fault, but her agent should be killed.
Or her manager. Somebody.
But they should both be killed. They should
I don't know
both be
about-
thrown
that's
in a
a- that's
volcano.
extreme.
with her
Killed.
with her there,
Killed.
there were probably a team of people from
Yeah.
Sony or wherever whatever.
That's the crazy thing is when things like this happen, it's not like one person's oversight. It's like so many people will just like stand by while
That's
something
why
happens.
you guys know. Like this is also a current topic. The shooting in Rust.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there were so many failures on so many levels that
Mm-hmm.
caused that death that it is impossible to actually blame one person. But if you were going to blame one person, there's literally an armorer on set. There was a like, I don't
a very
I can't-
inexperienced armorer who took the weapons off set for the weekend to go shooting with the crew. Didn't clear them when they came back. The AD didn't
right.
clear the
Her
guns.
only job is to make sure there aren't bullets in the guns. Essentially,
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, though, Alec Baldwin has to take some serious responsibility.
I
as well.
agree 100%. As a producer,
Yeah.
as an actor,
and that's part of the problem with this movie is he was producing and he was the lead.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Well, that's
when-
part
when
of the
you-
problem with his
when you-
culpability.
When
too.
you have when you have that scenario, like Tom Cruise has been in the same situation a bunch, and if he ever dies on set, it's gonna be on him. Like
Oh,
he's
sure.
the one that's telling everyone, "No, I'm gonna jump out of this helicopter."
Right.
now."
yeah, but then there's like the top professionals in the world that are figuring out how to make sure the biggest movie star in the world can jump out of that helicopter safely.
Yeah.
There's a safe
Oh,
way to
yeah.
do everything.
Right.
Yeah,
Except
absolutely.
Tom Cruise has over and over again in his career stopped the conversation and gone, "I think it's safe, so I'm making the call because I'm the producer here."
Mm-hmm.
And he's done
That's
that.
on him.
Right. He's done that a bunch of times. At some point, I mean, this man is 60-something years old at this point.
He's
At
hung out of a plane.
At some
and
point,
shit.
he is going to make the mistake that ends up killing him on set.
Probably, yeah.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah. But when he does, it's on his own accord. Obviously, that DP did not sign up.
Right.
But the thing, I think there's a lot of, obviously, it's a terrible thing that happened. There's also great opportunity in it moving forward to treat guns on set as if they are loaded. I mean, generally speaking, that's the way that armorers will transfer a gun, and that's the way that they will talk to an AD or talk to the person that's receiving the gun. Treat this as if it's loaded. Blanks can, if we're using blanks today, blanks can still kill people. Don't, as a joke or because you think it'll be cool to do in this scene, hold it within 10 feet of anyone and point it at them, because there can be even dust in there could take someone's fucking eye out. But if there's something somehow got in there, you could still kill someone. So no fucking around. Don't point this at other people. Don't fire it in other people's direction, period. And so, you know, if it wasn't their first day of filming, they'd had that talk several times, again, unless the armorer just truly was completely delinquent in their responsibilities. But, you know, people will never, or should never, ever treat film sets as if the gun's not loaded, as if, you know, and that should be the way that it always was. Anytime you have a gun, anytime there's a gun in the proximity, there has to be respect, because it's a killing machine.
Yeah, but a lot of people that are playing pretend in Hollywood didn't grow up the way that we did, with the access to the firearms that we did, and people just get complacent. It's like your third week on a film. We've been doing this every single fucking day.
Yeah,
but there's still absolutely no excuse. And there's also no reason to shoot blanks anymore. Because with VFX now,
absolutely. They should lead all the barrels. All the barrels should be filled with lead.
I get it if you want the cartridge exchange, but if you're on a Western, then it's a revolver. Nothing's popping out.
Still no reason not to lead the barrel too, though.
100%.
It's
apparently that in that movie, in that scene, what was happening is the director, who was the one who died.
It was the DP,
director of photography.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. So the DP and the director and Alec Baldwin, somehow they wanted a shot of the bullet in the chamber, right? And at some point, the like kind of working theory is the armorer didn't understand that it was supposed to be a fake bullet in the close-up of the chamber. And so she put an actual bullet in, and then Alec Baldwin claims he didn't pull the trigger and that it just went off.
Oh,
I mean, that's insane.
Bullshit.
I mean, just for bullshit. That lie, he should go to jail for 18 months.
Forever.
Right. So, like, what probably happened is he
fucking killed somebody.
He tapped it hard enough that it pulled the trigger.
He pulled the trigger.
Right. Somehow he let that gun go off one way or another
by pulling the trigger, because it's the only way a gun can
go off. It was a gun where you could have tapped the.
Which is the same thing as pulling the trigger.
Yes, but in some capacity, that gun went off, and it went like she was on the other side of the camera.
God, horrible. Yeah. I mean, you should just never. The whole idea, like, as soon as someone says out loud, "Oh, we want to get a shot from in front of the gun so we can see the bullet down the barrel," you say, "There's another way to do this, and we're not doing that."
Or it's a lock off, and we're all going to be on your side of the camera.
Absolutely.
And there's a blast shield, and there's always a safe way to do everything.
Absolutely.
And there are plenty of movies that have had that shot, and they didn't do it the way that they attempted to do the cheap version of it on Rust.
And you can't poke a light down into that. Like, you can't get that shot the way that you want it. You know, even if they shot that back in the old Western days, it would be either very imperfect, or they would like buck the gun, where they'd like cut the cylinder open and shoot it from here, and then bring the cylinder back on. Maybe you can't shoot light down into that and shoot it with a macro lens. You know, so you really get the detail. Like, it is a VFX thing. It's a comp thing. Mm-hmm. You would shoot the chamber and you'd shoot the plates and whatever, and then you'd VFX it later because you could put light where you want to. And
that production company has a history of bullshit too. I worked with a couple of the guys that were on the movie they did before that, and they said everything was a wreck. Everything, nothing's prepared. I mean,
and didn't the crew like days before that try to walk out because of some sort of conditions that was aside from
something like that.
I did too, but I don't know enough to talk.
It wasn't. Yeah, I just remember reading that it wasn't about. It was something safety related, but it wasn't gun related.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about? I think it was Apocalypse Now. I'm not sure if it's Apocalypse Now. We talked about this on Misty and Ike one time.
Was it Apocalypse Then?
Yeah, there was a helicopter that exploded and fell and like took out a bunch of actors in a lagoon in Vietnam or something. Ooh. I don't know enough. I should.
During Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks actually died.
Yeah, they brought him back to life.
Oh yeah, it's a body double we've been dealing with since.
Yeah.
Colin.
Frankly, he's a better actor.
Frank Hanks.
Frank's.
Frank's Hanks.
Colin Franks.
Colin Hanks did a great job doing the two different music documentaries, actually. He did the one about Eagles of Death Metal and the Paris shooting.
Oh, wow.
And then he also did one called All Things Must Pass about the record store on Sunset. Oh my God, I'm trying.
Amoeba?
Not Amoeba.
No.
Tower.
Yeah, Tower Records. Both of those are awesome, and Colin Hanks directed both of those. Are great.
Interesting, because he's a bad actor.
Well, his dad's producing partner is
he was
also
in Shameless. He wasn't that, or not Shameless. Dexter. He was pretty good in that.
I didn't watch Dexter.
He was a bad guy in Dexter.
Okay.
Huh.
I mean, he does look like he's made out of wax. That feels right to be a bad
Wait,
guy.
He did a good bad guy, quite creepy bad guy.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
But wasn't Dexter the bad guy?
No,
He was the
the
good
good
bad
He's
guy.
like a virtuous murderer.
He's the
Right.
I
Yeah.
hate that shit. We're always
Yeah.
rooting for the fucking. That's a good way to say it. Virtuous murderer.
yeah.
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 All right. Funniest movie you've ever seen, and we'll end it on that.
Talladega Nights, probably.
Really?
It
Okay.
is really good.
I mean,
It's very funny.
it hits home because we know so many people with those sayings and those accents from people from North Carolina. Like,
Yeah.
I just connected with so many of those moments in that
Yeah.
movie.
You know
Like,
a lot of people that have the
fact
terrible-
that they go to the fancy dinner at Applebee's. Oh yeah, like that's a thing that we all know people who go like, oh, we're going to Applebee's and I get the 2 for $20.
Oh, I can tell you. I mean, I grew up in going out to dinner with my mother, who was my brother and I were raised by my mother. I think we went out as a tripod. I could count maybe on one hand how many times we went out to dinner as a family. Never went out to dinner. And I would say probably the classiest place we ever went out to dinner is probably something like close to an Applebee's.
Yeah.
I mean, since then we've gone out to like nicer places, but like growing up, it's just not something we did. It's not something we prioritized.
Right.
And yeah, so I connect sort of with that. I still like kind of hold on to a lot of dirtbag vestiges.
Same. I mean, I still, anytime I have a fine dining experience, I still feel like someone's going to come and ask me to leave.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like, that's the wrong fork, and everyone knows it. We're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, every time I pull my silverware out of my napkin, I clang it all over the table. Every time I just pull the napkin up and just let it all, and then I put it in upside down and backwards.
When the
around my
waiter
plate.
starts scraping the table, I get my knife out and I start helping him. I'm just like scraping stuff towards him.
You're like, I got this, and you just pull the whole thing out from under. Funniest movie ever. It's very hard. I think that honestly, the movie that pops into my head that is a comedy more than any other movie, I think, is probably Young Frankenstein. Mel Brooks.
Okay.
Young Frankenstein.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so many of those quotes are, like anytime someone's offering someone something, like especially 2 times, I think of that Cloris Leachman scene where she's offering he played Willy Wonka. What's his name?
Jeremy Robbins.
No.
He looks exactly like Willy Wonka.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Hackman.
So Cloris Leachman is repeatedly offering him things at night, and she's like, warm milk? Ovaltine. She just keeps, he's like, no, thank you. But anytime someone's like offered multiple things, it immediately, I think, Ovaltine. But like, there's probably 30 things from Young Frankenstein that I think about on a daily, if not weekly basis. They just pop it. It's like the movie's a part of me somehow.
I'm that way with, it's a 2-way tie for me. It's Dumb and Dumber and then the Ace Ventura series. Like,
Which of the
As you drink a big gulp.
is it Ace Ventura
Big gulps,
or
huh?
Nature Calls? That's the better movie, you think?
I don't know. I mean, the first one was
Pet Detective or Nature Calls.
The first one was so quotable, and it got away with so much shit that you can't get away with now. And the end reveal was like, nobody saw it coming.
That first one was the one that the kicker was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finkel is on.
You
Laces
can't-
out.
I mean, that would be a major no-go now in Hollywood.
Well, the
sure.
lead cop in that movie ended up, she was a lady, but she ended up being a dude.
Yes.
right.
Yeah. No,
That's
we
what
know.
I mean.
Oh, is that what you're talking
exactly
about?
what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That-
Thanks
that
for
would be
spelling
the
it
no-
out exactly.
That would be
though.
the no-go in Hollywood.
Right. Especially the end scene when Dan Marino and all the cops are like
Well-
spitting their
Oh yeah, that would be a no. I mean, their reaction to it, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, what is so bad about what they did? Is my question. Like the reactions, the way that it was exactly
It was
portrayed.
presented as disgusting.
Right. Exactly.
And
yes.
that's the issue.
But
And
on the other hand-
most of the time, transsexuals in movies historically have been they've been presented as creepy murderers, like Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah,
true.
fair enough.
You know, like that kind of a thing.
True, yeah.
Like,
well, he was like a cross-dresser,
they've been
right?
been presented as creepy, like sexually killing. Like it's all
like deviants, all
tied together.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That's where like you just right now in society, that's especially a negative thing to be.
See, I was going to hinge on the fact that Ray Finkel, a relatively whatever dude, turned into like a really hot woman, and I was like, well, that's a great story, you know. But yeah, there was a lot wrapped up in it that was maybe negative.
But Dumb and Dumber is a perfect film from the beginning to end.
Oh my god, it's so good. I mean, there are some like things in there that like don't exactly stand the cultural test of time in terms of appropriateness. But
yeah, but dude,
but fuck it, who
the
cares?
elongated scene.
It's always okay to rat poison somebody.
Yeah.
If you don't like them.
But dude,
that's timeless.
The tuxedos, the IOUs, Jeff Daniels taking a shit and not being able to fix the toilet for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's
in
great.
a lock off, and he's just like got his feet up, like
His feet up and his eyes crossed, and that fucking pin straight hair.
the every single scene in that film is quotable.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that like the Farrelly brothers, right? I mean, that was like
we still quote that movie.
the soundtrack from that movie,
Dude.
Oh yeah,
every fucking song is just like, fuck, this is a like gorgeous find for the time. They pulled together all these fucking tracks that are so good.
And
I just made a noise earlier in this episode going and the reason I do that is the guy who drinks the piss out of the beer, the cop who goes,
oh yes,
Dude, like
Harlan Williams.
Harlan Williams.
Yeah, great scene.
We saw the greatest. I still, anytime anyone brings up a great comedy set, the thing that pops into my head is what you and I saw one night at the Laugh Factory. I will never forget it as long as I live. Chris D'Elia came out and did a whole set on, and it was like the first time he had done it. He came out and did a whole set on watching somebody at a park with a vulture, and like they had it on their arm, and it was like, yeah, this guy was crazy. He had this bird and blah blah blah.
which is Chris's set was very funny.
It was super funny, but it was like making fun of this guy he saw at the park. Harlan Williams comes out and is doing this bit, and he's talking about it. It's like, yeah, I saw this guy, and and then you realize during his story he's talking about
Being the guy.
the guy and making fun of some guy staring at him, and we all just start losing our minds, realizing he just crafted a perfect stand-up set about a stand-up set he watched minutes before.
That really is genius.
It was so genius. We Isaac and I were losing our minds.
And so he didn't allude to the fact that he had a vulture there with him for like a handful of minutes. He was
right.
Yeah, that's
we were
really
sucked into the story, going, "What is this?" And he's still making us laugh.
so good. And he's like, "So my vulture."
He's still got, and he's like, and all I was doing was playing my pet vulture, and
the
you're
whole
like,
room, he blew the roof off of the
like all of us just gasped, like, "No way he's doing this!"
That's
and like,
really great.
we all lost it.
That's like real life Inception.
Didn't you get a chance to bring that up
to Harlan?
To Chris?
Yeah, I told Chris about it.
It didn't. I mean, he remembers that vividly. Like he was.
I don't think Chris stuck around, or when I went upstairs.
He's probably too busy in the back with the underage girls.
Easy.
I'm sorry. What about should I be easy about the fact that it's proven?
It's not. Well, first of all, we're not going to get into that on this show where I have comedians come on. Second of all, we'll talk about it later.
Okay, I get it. Different structure.
I'm not going to publicly defend the guy, but I'm also not going to publicly shit on him either. Okay. Chris has always been very, very nice
I'm
to
sure.
me.
I mean, I'm sure. You know? Yeah.
I was just trying to talk about Harlan Williams.
Look.
Dumb and Dumber.
Jeffrey Epstein had some genuine friends.
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, he probably also made people laugh once in a while, too.
Yeah, he's probably hilarious.
All right, we got to wrap this up. This one
Especially now.
Yeah, well, I'll cut that shit out.
Yeah, I know. Of course you will.
Harlan Williams is like, it genuinely was one of the funniest moments I've ever witnessed live. It was incredible.
That's great. It's great. You know, people without chins can do really great things in this world, Isaac. You remember that.
I fucking hope so. That's going to be the thumbnail.
That's going to hurt when you look at that later.
Oh, this is the best one, though.
Oh,
It just goes away.
can we talk about? Can we
No.
really quick? Can we
No.
talk about the Grinch and how genius the Whoville thing was? Because they all they did was shove cotton into people's upper lips. I mean, they probably used some prosthetics here and there when they needed to, but that's all. You're in costume.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a fucking genius.
That's what they did?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
they just.
smart,
I
yeah.
think for some people, they just stuffed cotton up there, like Orson Welles.
I didn't even think about it. I just assumed it was all
prosthetics and stuff.
Prosthetic,
I mean,
yeah.
I think they did for some, but they probably didn't have to. I mean, as you did that, I was like, that's fucking,
yeah.
you're from Whoville.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Even the kids and everything.
Your
yeah.
mustache blocks yours.
oh damn it, I can't be from Whoville. I have too much man hair.
That's been whatever number of Are You Serious? Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This show's a piece of shit.